Okay, some of you need to tell me about this like fanfic, okay? You know what? No, 1,000 likes. 1,000 likes on this video, and I will make a video talking about Just Dance Fanfics. I'm willing to actually do it. I'm willing to do it.
Let this be a lesson of I do keep my promises. They just take time, okay? Hello, everyone! It's totally New Year's Day. Absolutely. Totally not the last week of January, if that's what you're wondering. It's totally not that case, right? When was the last time I uploaded my last video? Oh, okay. Yeah, so I took almost the entire month off of YouTube videos, and that is because I am currently working on something on the side that I will announce in February, so stay tuned for that. But I figured what way to start off this new year for my channel than give you guys something that I promised a long time ago, so here it is. If anyone is new and don't know what I'm talking about, let me tell you, about 7 months ago, I made a video where I ranked Just Dance ships. Yes, Just Dance has a lot of shipping. Welcome to the community. But in that video, I also discovered that there was Just Dance fanfic, and I told my viewers that if that video hits 1,000 likes, I was going to make a video where I read Just Dance fanfics. And I did! 2 months ago, I uploaded that video. And then I privated the video about an hour later. Yeah, we don't talk about that video, and if you were one of the 400 people that did see it, no you didn't. So here I am again, redoing the entire purpose of this video, but doing something that I should have done in the beginning, and that is reading Just Dance fanfiction, but actually submitted to me by the actual authors of their stories. Basically, I asked people on a community post to submit their Just Dance fanfiction via a Google form, and I will be reading them for this video. So every fanfic you are going to be seeing were submitted to me by the authors themselves, so it is completely okay with them. And I'll have you guys know, I am no stranger at all when it comes to fan fiction as a whole, okay? Fan fiction was part of my obsession during high school, okay? I lived for fan fiction. I'll never forget how 13-year-old me was obsessed with reading that fan fiction where I fall in love with Brendan Urie from Panic at the Disco, but it's set in the same universe as the Purge movie. You think I'm joking, but no, that is a real life fan fiction that I will absolutely save for another video. But we are not talking about this fanfic. We're talking about Just Dance fanfics, so let's finally get into reading them. Alright, the first fic we are reading is called Laying on the Cold Hard Ground. Talia has reached rock bottom, but maybe there's someone to help. And it seems like this is going to be a Talia Sway and Mihai story. Is it going to be romantic or is it going to be platonic? Either way, I am on board. Guilt, the perfect word to describe Talia's emotional state. Crying, dancing, and whatever after, nothing hides the self-guilt she has. Why did I fall in love with him? Was I good enough for him? Am I worthy of love? As tears flow from her eyes, sitting down in her brain, desperately trying to answer those questions, a portal emerges. A person with glasses and a blue hooded jacket come out of it, trying to assess the absolute train wreck in front of them. Mind leaving? I'm not in the mood for a conversation. They don't talk. Just mindly sitting next to Talia, listening to music in one ear and listening to Talia with the second. Mind listening to some music? Talia's heartbeat spiked with that statement. A statement uttered when they first met in that diner. No thanks. Also, please leave. I'm not feeling like talking right now. Mihai takes the refusal in almost an instant. They offer the next best comfort. In, hold, out. Their breath slow and steady, it's almost rhythmic. Talia is slightly annoyed, but sometimes the body acts on their own. Before she notices, her body breathes with them in unison. Eventually, they both stop. Thanks, I guess. No problem. Before calming the mind comes the body. Yeah, she doesn't feel the guilt anymore, sure. It's still there, but it's no longer flooding her mind with thoughts. Calm, the new description to her mind. So, who are you exactly? My name's Mihai. So, who are you? Okay, starting off short and sweet. I love that. Oh, I love the note that they added. No, I'm not shipping them, just see them as platonic friends. I love that. We need platonic fanfics here and there, please. Oh my god, I love that so much. Alright, this next one submitted to me. I will admit I did choose to read this one solely on the fact that this is a Grace and Ari fic, and you know I love my Just Dance lesbians, so I had to give this one a read. I just had to. You can't stop me. I love my lesbians. It's called My Undying Love Now. I Hold It Like a Grudge. Grace's prom night takes a turn for the worst, but soon everything seems a little less bleak. Love was at the top of most teenagers' minds. At least that's how Grace saw it. Most high school flings didn't last long. If they did, they dissipate after college for a multitude of reasons. But her love was strong. She loved deeply. That is why her love would never fail her. Not ever. Her boyfriend loved her, as she did. She loved her friends, her family, and all above, Ari. She hated that feeling. Deep down, she prioritized her best friend over all. It probably made her a bad girlfriend, didn't it? She had so much love to give, it was inevitable. More often than not, she couldn't help pay more attention to Ari. How her eyes shine when she talked about things that she liked, how she defended her friends so passionately, how she loved so fiercely like she'd never seen before. Her metamorphosis was beautiful, trading her high black ponytail and typical studious uniform for purple hair, eventually dyeing the ends pink, and a different wardrobe entirely, settling on pink pigtails and a stronger look, truly unafraid to be herself, and Grace supported her every step of the way. She loved that about her, loved how she took control of her life like that. Those thoughts were on her mind as she pinned a new picture on her locker's door interior. The recently taken photos of her and Ari at a carnival the other day from the photo booth fit nicely with everything else she pinned there from the school year. Out of the corner of her eye, she saw her boyfriend, the love of her life, walk up and hug her from behind. She faked surprised, made small talk, and the topic of the upcoming prom came up, scheduled to be held a few nights from now. It sounded fun. It always was. An excuse to be able to spend the night dancing and having fun with those closest to her. Sign her up. She loved the concept, of course. She'd go with him. How could she not? It was the most logical choice. They'd both enjoy it like they both enjoyed every dance their school had to offer. Something at the back of her mind tugged at her, but she couldn't quite grasp at what it could have been. The night soon came. Dressed in the dress that she picked out weeks ago, the pink puffy sleeves and knee-length skirt were perfect to her. She loved outfits like this. "Grace, are you ready to go? You don't want to be late," her mom called, and the sound of the keys meant she probably should hurry up. "Coming, Mom," she called as she left her room, bringing out her necessities in a small bag with her. "You look wonderful," her mom said, her voice sweet. Grace smiled and nodded, muttering a quick thanks. "You're meeting him there at the entrance, right?" her mom asked, picking up her purse and headed for the door as her daughter followed behind. "Mm-hmm," Ari replied, dismissively as she got to the passenger seat of the car, her mom sitting in the driver's seat, and started the engine. "You know, I never liked him. He was always bad news to me." "Yes, Mom, I know. He's fine. I promise. He's great to me." "Oh, I'm afraid for my girl Grace, given with how Vampire starts. Oh no! Oh, my poor baby!" The prom was wonderful. Grace met up with her boyfriend at the entrance to their school with a kiss and a hand around her waist as they said their greetings. They danced, chatted with friends, and he never left her side. So it was made known they'd be announcing the prom's king and queen with hope in her heart for a good outcome. Grace looked to the stage as they read off an opening statement and got to the nominees. Her name was called, and with a big smile she made her way to the stage, standing next to the other nominees. She won, thank goodness. Waving to the crowd, she accepted her crown with a nod and placed it onto her head. Soon enough, the nominees for prom king were announced. The last nominee, her boyfriend, however, never showed up to the stage like she did. As she looked into the crowd, scanning for her boyfriend's face, her heart sank. She left him on stage to accept her crown without a king to dance with. At least not who she wanted to dance with, though. Did she? Was that really what she wanted? To dance with someone who's made her feel unsure? Especially at an event like this? Who would stand her up like that? No way he wouldn't leave her. He probably got caught up with someone else. Maybe it was so sudden that he couldn't tell. The king and queen danced and was expected, and as Grace spent the night rationalizing her boyfriend's departure and hoping he'd come back, she could at least get some answers. Was it something she did? Has she really been a bad girlfriend like she feared? A part of her felt angry at herself for feeling guilty over her ex-boyfriend's decision. He left her to wave and smile as she tried to choke back the tears that threatened to spill. Her mascara's probably running. The sound of the gym floor opening and closing with a bang startled her. She looked around, only to see Ari stomping towards the bleachers in a huff. She was furious. She sat down and pulled out her phone, beginning to type something as her tears spilled from her eyes. Rough night? As she hadn't heard her walk forward, Ari looked up startled before she wiped her tears and nodded. Yeah, I guess so. Grace sat down next to her, wiping away a few tears of her own. I didn't see you here. Did you skip out? I don't blame you. She wasn't mad, more or less resigned. It was over, and she was with her best friend who she loved so much. What kind of love it was, she couldn't pinpoint, but it was love. Well, I wasn't going to at first, but did he stand you up? Yeah. They sat in silence for a bit. Neither of them could find the words to comfort each other until Ari stood up, getting up to hook her phone into a speaker used during the dance. Grace got up to follow her. What are you doing? We both had an awful night. It probably can't get worse. Only thing we can do is try to make it better. A song started playing from the speaker. Dance with me? Without thinking, Grace took it. Sure. They danced, feeling the rhythm of the song as it played. As they grew closer, Grace knew something for sure. This love she felt for Ari was strong. It had become romantic. As the song ended, they moved closer, soon hugging and holding each other, their foreheads tenderly pressed together. It was going to be okay. Grace was never one for believing in fate, but this felt right. This felt meant to be, like love had found a way to bring them together. These two f***ing cuties. I want to hug them. If I could hug them. The story was so cute. More Grace and Ari fics, please. I demand it. Okay, so the final fic that we are going to be reading to end off this video is one that I solely saved just because of the title, and it's called Just Dance Ate My House, submitted by Chipmunk Punk 51, and based on the cover of the story, oh, we're in for something good. Oh, I'm excited. I am excited. You won't believe what I saw last night when I left my TV on with the game, Just Dance. Oh, we're in for a treat. Okay, let's begin. I, Cammy, will never play Just Dance ever in my life. Now you see, I was a really big fan of Just Dance until one night made me stop playing forever. Let me explain what happened that fateful night that made me stop playing the game. Am I about to read a Just Dance creepypasta right now? Is that what's happening? Is this a Just Dance creepypasta? Guys, I put in an old Just Dance game on the Wii, and the Nostalgia Critic and Rasputin bled at me. Oh my god, I'm so excited! There better be a mention of hyper-realistic blood. If there is no hyper-realistic blood mentioned throughout this whole story, I'm gonna be very disappointed. It all started at my house. Saturday, it was midnight. For some reason, I wanted to wake up at 2 a.m. in the morning. When that happens, I just go back to sleep like always. But I just couldn't go back to sleep this time. I wanted to dance. I went downstairs quietly, trying not to wake up my family members. I don't live alone, you know? So I have to be really quiet. When finally making my way down to the living room, I turned on my Nintendo Switch and made sure Just Dance was the game in the cartridge slot. It was very dark downstairs. I tried not to turn on any lights when I get snacks, when I go downstairs sometimes. I decided to play on the TV because I really don't like playing Just Dance on a small screen. I turned on my TV and a big loud sound came on the TV. I got jump scared from it and I instantly turned down the volume off. There is nothing more scary than being a kid, staying up all night, wanting to play a video game, but just being so afraid that you're going to wake up your parents because the TV was too loud or you're just afraid to make noise. That was me literally as a kid. I just can't help it, okay? I wanted to play some Poke Park 2. I wanted to play Poke Park 2. I looked around my living room and checked upstairs too. No noises or my mom coming downstairs. That's good. I turned on the switch and placed it on the charging station, or whatever it was called, and played my favorite game, Just Dance. I played all of my favorites, Holla Back Girl, Paparazzi, and all the other songs. I was having a really great time. When I was done finishing a song, I would look around the living room or stop and hear if someone or my mom was coming downstairs. When I was done checking and looking around, I would go back and dance to another song. I didn't want to stop playing or felt sleeping for some reason. I still kept playing until I was feeling a little thirsty. I paused at Toxic, the Just Dance 2 version, and went to have a glass of water. I took a huge sip. I sure was really thirsty. When drinking, I heard a loud sound. It sounded like something just dropped from a high place. I instantly stopped drinking and turned to look. I saw a very tall, dark figure with white glowing eyes walking towards me. The TV was cracked. No more Just Dance. Behind the dark figure was a dark figure coming up from behind. They slowly walked towards me. Very slowly. I also walked very slowly too, but backwards. What have I gotten into now? That is horrifying. Jesus Christ. I was about to scream, "Mommy!" and run upstairs as quickly as I possibly can, like if I was running to a 50-yard dash at school, until the dark figure stopped and said, "Well, hello, dear player." I stopped walking and looked at the figure very closely. Turns out it was the coach for Toxic, the Just Dance 2 version. What's going on here? I asked. The figures came a little closer and started to reveal themselves to be the other coaches from the last songs I danced to. The coach for Holla Back Girl, Paparazzi, and the others. They weren't the author's favorites, okay? So they don't deserve to be named or mentioned. They're just the others. They were all there. I fainted. I don't think she knows this yet, doesn't she? Said Moxie, the coach for Holla Back Girl. I woke up and got up. How? When? How? I thought you guys were fake and only in the game. I fainted again. The other coaches just looked at each other and then me. So, who's gonna tell her? Said Moxie. Sigh. I will, said the coach for Toxic for Just Dance 2. Now I don't remember her name and I'm too lazy to search it up. So I'm going to call her Nurse Lady from now on in the story, okay? Okay. I love that. I love that. Doesn't, I swear, isn't she just Agent D? I think it's just Agent D disguised as a nurse. But you know what? Go off. Go off. She's Nurse Lady from now on. I woke up again to see the Nurse Lady coming up to me. Hey, it's okay. We're not gonna hurt you. We can explain what is going on here, my dear player, she said in a calm voice. I looked up at her in confusion. What? I said, confused. Okay, so, dear player, you know us, right? I nodded my head, yes, and I still looked confused at her. So, every 3 in the morning, we come out to your TV and hang out at your house until 4th hits. We all go back to our game. No, we're not doing this. No, this turned into I played Just Dance at 3 a.m. gone wrong. No, I'm having 2017 flashbacks. No. I jumped up and shouted, "What?" and fainted again. Honestly, me too at this point. Shh, player, you're going to wake up your parents, whispered Ava Chase, the coach for Paparazzi. I woke up once again and looked up at her, scared, and said, "How do you know I have parents?" She then said, "Bruh, you look like you're 13 years old. You should have one." Oh yeah, I said. Ava rolled her eyes. So, now you know our secret. 3 a.m. is our magical time to become alive and real, Nurse Lady said. What she basically saying, dear player, is we live in your house on the devil hour. Before Eva Chase could finish her sentence, the Nurse Lady gave her a kick on her back. Owie! What was that for? Poor Eva Chase said. The Nurse Lady gave her a mean look and shushed her. I wasn't paying too much attention to them. I was looking at the time on my oven. It sure was 3 a.m. I was playing Just Dance for an hour now. Then, I looked at the Nurse Lady and Eva Chase, thinking I wasn't dreaming. It looked like the Nurse Lady and Eva Chase were about to get in a fight. a dance fight. You don't want to see my dark side, Miss Nurse, Eva Chase shouting a bit. Okay, can you two shut it, Moxie said. We're supposed to be quiet, remember? Whispered Moxie. Yeah, Eva Chase is on the case, whispered the nurse lady. Okay, that's it, Eva Chase said, beginning to roll up her invisible sleeves, waving her arms like she was ready to fight. Moxie put both her hands on both of them to not let them fight. I'm so sorry, dear player, for all this madness happening right now, she whispered. Eva kept on waving her arms in the air as if she's fighting someone right now. I laughed. Oh, it's fine. Just please do actually be quiet. I don't want my mom or my siblings seeing this. You guys can fight all you want, but please be quiet. I don't want to wake up my mom. Moxie smiles at me. Both Eva Chase and the nurse lady stop waving their hands at each other and now begin to be quiet too. The coaches at the back were chilling on my couch. I kept on thinking, this is real. This is actually real. In my head, I looked back at Moxie. She was acting a bit weird. She then said, now I'm hungry. Do you have something to eat? Asked Moxie. There's so much going on already. We're already on the 5th chapter, and there's too much going on. You know, goddammit, we've come this far. I'm committed to finish this whole thing, so on to the next chapter. Oh, are you hungry? I said. Yeah, said Moxie. I looked at the other coaches hanging out in my living room. Are you guys hungry too? I said. Then they all said, yeah, I whispered. Shh, quiet, remember? The coaches whispered, oh yeah. I waved my hand towards the kitchen. Well, follow me to the kitchen, I whispered. The coaches then got up from my couch and followed me to the kitchen. I walked and pointed to the fridge. There, I whispered. Moxie was the first to open the fridge. Whoa, there's a lot of food in your fridge, dear player, whispered Moxie. Yep. My mom went to the store yesterday and got a whole lot of food, I whispered. Moxie then got a cheese stick out of the fridge, opened it up, and took a bite. Her eyes grew wide. This is amazing, she said, eating the whole stick. What? Have you ever eaten cheese in your game before? I asked Moxie. Our food is digital. It's not even real. Our food back in our game never tastes good. Well, at least in my dance verse. That is raising so many questions in my head now about their lore, but I'm gonna get way too sidetracked and forget about this whole story, so back to it. I was starting to feel bad for these coaches. Fake food? Yuck. I thought Eva Chase wanted to try food next. She opened the freezer, found a popsicle, unwrapped the package, and took a lick. Tastes delicious, Eva Chase said. The other coaches then wanted to try some food and started to swarm my fridge. Hey, I want some. Yeah, me too, said one of the other coaches. Hey, one at a time. You guys can't get everything off of my fridge, you know. But it was too late. They pushed me out of the way as they dig into my fridge. Moxie then picked me up from the floor as I watched the Just Dance coaches eating my whole fridge, literally. Oh my gosh, are you okay, dear player? Moxie said. Shocked. Yeah, I said. They were starting to get really loud again while eating. Hey, can you guys at least be quieter than when eating my fridge? I told you that already. You guys can continue eating my fridge, but please don't wake up my mom. They kept on eating my whole fridge. Literally, once they were done, my whole fridge was gone. Completely gone. There was just a brown outline on the floor of my kitchen. There was once a fridge standing there, but not anymore. Oh, they actually ate the fridge. I thought the fridge was just empty. No, they ate the goddamn fridge. All right. Me and Moxie looked at the other coaches. They still seem hungry. Uh-oh, me and Moxie both said, looking at each other at the coaches. Find more food, said Louise Dials, the coach for telephone. I am completely in big trouble now. Big trouble. The Just Dance coaches then ran around my house to find more food. My food closet was next. It was then I heard footsteps going downstairs. My mom was coming. Holy cheese, I said. Before I could even scream and hide from my mom, I suddenly heard buzzing noises in my food closet, like if a beaver just broke into my house and started eating my house. I ran to check it out, until I remembered the only visitors I had in my house were Just Dance coaches, not beavers. They were eating my wall. As the coaches ate my walls like chainsaws, they were now becoming really loud as they ate and ate my walls and everything. Literally. Just then, I saw my mom with her eyes wide open and mouth as she saw me, Moxie, and the other coaches literally eating my house up until it was gone. She just stood there, not even saying a word on what was happening. Me and Moxie were about to say something, but before we could even say a word, my sister came out of her room and said, "Okay, what the hell is going on?" She stops talking as her eyes and mouth grew wide, not even saying a word out of her mouth. The whole house began to disappear. All that was left now were game characters and my family on a big empty landscape with dirt everywhere. Jesus Christ, they're eating the floors too? The nurse lady then came up to me and said, "Hey, where's your house?" I looked up at her with a confused face. "Well, what do you think?" I shouted at her. I then looked at the ground where my house used to be. Moxie then patted my shoulder and said, "Hey kid, don't be so glum, Clum. We can bring your house back in time," she said. "The house? Who cares about the house, Moxie? What will my parents and siblings think about this?" I shouted at her. I guess I have no house now. I fell to the floor, sad and disappointed. You guys literally ate everything. My Alvin and the Chipmunks collection! Not the Alvin and the Chipmunks collection! Out of everything, why that? My room? Heck, even your game. Now how are you guys going to get back to your game now? Before I could even start crying, the other coaches looked at me and started to feel bad now. How are they ever going to get back to their game? Moxie then said, "Hey, I stopped them from eating your TV and Switch," she said. "Okay, and they ate your game cartridge too," I said, but that still doesn't keep us from staying in your house, you know? Take a look at this watch." I look at the watch. It turns out it was my school watch that I take to school. The watch showed 3 a.m. was about to become 4 a.m. in a couple of minutes. Then suddenly, I started to hear the other coaches behind me started to sing a song. "God rest ye merry gentlemen," as they sang. One of them walked to my now cracked TV and walked in as they disappeared. I then turned around and saw one of my pieces of my house appear again. What the hell is happening now? This is not... For a story called Just Dance Ate My House, to be fair, this isn't that surprising, but like, I thought it was just gonna be a standard creepypasta thing. I don't know what to make of this right now. I saw more coaches going into my cracked TV. I also noticed my TV was healing from them going inside. I started to look at Moxie now. She smiles at me, and I smile back at her. I wanted to say something to her, but I wanted to pay more attention to the coaches and my house to see if they fully regenerated my house back. Their singing was slow and soft. I didn't know the Just Dance coaches could sing. I thought they only danced. I saw the nurse lady coach singing and walking into my TV. I turned around and saw my bed there. I saw Eva Chase singing and walking to my TV too. As she disappeared into my TV, I saw my Alvin and the Chipmunk collection appearing. Thank goodness for that. As more and more coaches go into my TV, the more my house appears. When finally, the last coach, Louise Dials, went into my TV, my whole house had finally appeared. I was also already inside it too. In my living room, I looked back at my TV and noticed that my TV was still cracked. I then looked at Moxie and my watch she gave me. "So it looks like it's time for you to go now, I guess," I said. "Yep, my dear player. Hey, it was fun, but now I gotta go. There's only 1 minute left," said Moxie. As she began to slowly walk to my TV, I quickly ran up to her and said, "Hey, thank you for not eating my house." "You're welcome," she said. "Will we see each other again?" I asked. "Maybe if you decide to play your favorite game at 3 a.m. again." She then disappears into my TV, never to be seen again. My TV then finally heals and is not cracked anymore. The screen on my TV then shows Just Dance 2024's main menu. I quickly turned off my TV and got the game cartridge out of my Switch, went to my stove, turned it on fire, and burned the game cartridge. Black smoke came out of the cartridge, but that didn't matter. While walking to my sink to wash it, I thought I heard screams coming out of the cartridge. I still kept walking to my sink. Now, why did I burn the cartridge? The cartridge was probably haunted since one of the coaches of a chase said I believed her. When I was finally done, I threw the cartridge in the trash. I turned off the lights and headed up to my room. There I saw my family still standing there shocked in the middle of the hallway. Oh, cheese biscuits, I forgot about my family. I looked at them and was about to say something, but then they finally closed their mouths and they all headed back to their rooms without asking me what in the world just happened. I did so too, so I guess I didn't have to explain to them what happened. As I finally made it to my room, to my bed, I fell asleep instantly, hoping that all of what I experienced was a dream. A couple weeks later, wait, no, hold on, are we going to, we're not gonna move on. Did she just kill a bunch of people? She literally said to Moxie, hey, will I ever see you again? And she's like, maybe if you see us again at 3 a.m. You know, it felt like they developed a friendship. No, she just burnt the thing and probably heard people screaming. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, final chapter. And that is why I stopped playing Just Dance forever. Finally finishing up my story, my friend looked at me with a face, not really believing me. Did that really happen, she said. Yeah. Wait, you don't believe me? I said, nope, not really. Sounds like a you problem, she said. I sighed. I will still never play Just Dance in my life ever again, I said. Are you sure your story wasn't a dream, she said. I then said, maybe. The end! You know what? Round of applause. Standing ovation. Best one of the night. Best story ever. I went in thinking and hoping it was a Just Dance creepypasta. Technically, it really wasn't a creepypasta. I kind of want one now. Please, someone out there make a Just Dance creepypasta and tag me or something. I would love to read it. But you know, I finished the story and I was not disappointed. This is the greatest story I've ever read in my life. And yeah, I think I'm gonna call it here. Thank you so much to all of these incredible authors. Thank you for allowing me to read your work for this video. I truly could not thank you enough for making this video possible. If there's anything I have now gotten to learn from this video is that I might have reawoken my love for fanfiction again. I truly have never been so obsessed with another side of the Just Dance community. I learn more new things every single time I am in this community, and I love it every time. All I ask for you guys, if it is possible, and also to see how much power I truly hold within this community, can someone out there, anywhere, write a fanfic where, I don't know, Clementine is just out there being a big old bully who likes to beat up so many people for no good reason, and Bella is actually the hero of the story and she is sent to put a stop to Clementine for beating up more people. If someone could write a fanfic on that, I will love you forever. But yeah, that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Until then, goodbye.